How we doing? What's going on?
So frickin' good.
Yeah.
Frickin'.
Wow.
Frack.
Frick and frack. That's a thing, right?
I think so. I don't know what it is, but I've heard that.
Am I tilted?
Yes.
Should have talked about that before maybe the show started.
Yeah, there's a tilt.
I think it's just it might be that
Or your shelf is
it's on an angle.
It's possible. I put it together, you know. Look at all those trophies. Love second place. Good spot to be, folks.
Yeah,
Top
winning's not for everyone.
It's a lot of pressure, that winning stuff.
It's showing off, right?
It really is.
Yeah. No one likes a bragger. No one likes that at all. Welcome to the show. Hey. Presentation of Bet365.
Hey.
Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Get the promo code NATION. Sign up if you haven't already. And if you haven't, what the H? Must be 19 or older. Play responsibly. And we have got, once again, it's another day of super chats. If you would like to have a part of the super chat, all you need to do is put some money down. We'll take the money, give it to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and then take your comment, your thought, and put it on the show at some point.
Great cause, and some of the comments are even good.
Were you was someone sliding into your DMs? That's what they say, right?
Who was doing that? What?
Is somebody into your comments? You said you were reading the comments.
Nope.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
You said
I was reading some of the comments.
I said some of them are even good.
Okay.
Restart.
Jack, you want to start again?
Comments.
We'll start again. All right, welcome to the show. It is, let's call it a Tuesday. It's a presentation of Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And hey, what the heck? We've got the super chat during the course of the show today. If you're involved in the chat and you put some money down, we'll send the money to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and then we'll take your comment or thought. We'll put it on the show at some point. Comments on the show.
Hi, Dean.
What's happening today? What's going on? How are we doing?
Oof, big day, Dean. I got headed west, young man.
Long haul.
Full of whiskey. Women
whiskey? Where are you headed? How west? Like all the way west? Or
to the Great Lakes state?
He's heading to the Peach City is where he's heading.
Is that what it is? Ooh. A peach fest. Yeah, I always wanted to go to peach. There? I love peaches. I told you that yesterday. If I could have a pie.
Peach pie. Yeah. You gotta get a photo by the big peach for us right at the lake.
I do love the towns with the big something.
Yeah.
There's a big stick, isn't it? In Duncan?
The world's largest hockey stick. Yes, that's where the Cowichan Valley Capitals play in Duncan. Medicine Hat, big teepee. There's a big egg in Vegreville. I think Squirt the skunk is in just a little north of Airdrie, not Crossfield, somewhere nearby there. Anyway.
There's the garlic sausage in Mundair.
Really?
Yes, but is there an actual thing, or is it just famous for that?
Well, there's a thing, and then there's the meat packer. Yeah,
I knew the meat packer was there. I just didn't know if it was. I knew it was famous for the sausage.
I can find we can find a photo. They'd be anywhere. Jack, you could go and find Mundair sausage.
Really?
We would stop every time. The kids would hate it.
Where is it?
We got to go take a picture at the big sausage.
Oh, stop for the picture or stop for grab some sausage?
Well, of course you would.
Sausage? Yeah. Why would they hate the sausage? Delicious.
No, the sausage is great. Yeah. Pepperoni sticks. Just shut up and sit in the back and watch your iPads. Dad has very few things in life that make him happy. Salty.
You're not one of them.
Salty cured meats is one of them. And where do they have is it up, where do they have the Five of Diamonds lure? Is that up by just north of Red Deer, right?
I don't know. I've not seen that one.
Yeah. They have the fishing lure up there. Back at home.
Is it in Thompson?
No, not that.
Not?
No.
Imagine that.
No, it's like Lacombe or something.
Pinder's like, what are you idiots talking? Why
where does RJ live? It might be in his
Black Falls.
Yeah, it might be. Is it in Black Falls or something like that? It's not Panoka, is it? Somebody said
could be Panoka. It's over there.
I feel like that's
somebody listening has to know this answer.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it's the.
Do you know why I said Thompson, Ryan?
I don't know why you said Thompson.
Because it's the Len Thompson lure.
Thompson lure? Okay, I was going to guess, but I don't want to be wrong today.
Nah, it's not.
Restart the show if I.
Well, luckily for you, two things can happen with that. You never are. So there's that.
Well, if you ask me, if you ask someone else, I'm always wrong. I mean, the truth's probably in the middle.
Yeah. Lompson to lure statue. What would you call it?
I don't know.
They wouldn't call it that. The 5 of diamonds. What it was, it's kind of like it's like a spoon, and then it would have a treble hook. It was in everybody's tackle box.
Still is in everybody's
when I was growing up.
Tackle box.
Yeah.
You're not a fisherman if you don't have that in your tackle box, even if you're a fly fisherman.
There it is. Len Thompson, original series. It's just like a kind of big old spoon, yellow with 5 red diamonds on it, and then a treble hook.
You don't want too many weeds around that guy there.
Yeah, you'll get hung up in the rhubarb. It'll happen. Scientific studies. Len Thompson himself was colorblind and could easily see yellow. The original 5 of diamonds was painted in yellow and black and first appeared on paper invoices in 1951.
That's great.
A silver and red. Do you remember the silver and red? I've seen those.
Big time.
Was also offered and quickly swapped out in favor of the yellow and red.
Wow. So the dude that we would all think is a savant couldn't even see color. That's amazing.
Yeah, colorblind.
Slapped it together because he could see it. The only colors he could see.
Yeah.
I always just want to give people all this credit for being incredibly smart, and some of them are just, well, you got really fluky.
Yes.
Colorblind. And it worked for people that can see color.
Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Now I got to find, the problem with this whole email.
Are you down a rabbit hole now, Dean?
No, I'm trying to send stuff to Jack, but of course, the parent company decided we're going to change everybody's emails. So now you can't get anything done.
That's correct. Yeah.
Which isn't great.
Email's a huge drag on actually things getting done. I don't know that email actually does get anything done.
I don't know that email should exist.
I agree. Let's ban email. Jack, can we ban email?
What do we want to do?
Well,
we've got enough ways of communicating.
Like if you wanted Jack to get something, throw it in a group chat. It's happening. If it's
Is that the way to do it?
No way it's going to work.
Yeah. If you got the WhatsApp, boom, that's the easiest.
Because I put it in. Now I did find the drive, the folder that you made, and I put it in there.
Okay.
And apparently confirmed Lacombe.
Really?
Yeah. Lacombe in 2019.
Oh, just recently.
The world's largest fishing lure. Think anybody's going to take a run at that?
I do.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
I do.
Well, and I was just thinking about, look at that. Wow.
Oh,
Hey.
Colorblind son of a genius.
Yeah.
Did you get an orca with that?
Because I know the world's largest dump truck. The claim has been in Sparwood, but that I think the sign was accurate at one point in the 70s. And they just haven't taken it down. It's nowhere near the biggest dump truck in the world anymore.
No.
Really?
Phony.
See some of those big ones up in the oil sands now. They could fart out one of those guys. Yeah.
Nobody even drives them anymore, do they? Aren't they all
AI?
Yeah, I think they are safer.
I'm on a roll now.
They can sense if you're going to run over your toes. So now you are down a rabbit hole.
Well, I kind of am now. Yeah.
This whole show's kind of a rabbit hole, to be fair, on certain days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Nathan McKinnon got 1,000 points, and so of course that people are like, oh, he's the first guy from this draft class to do it, and then that's going to eat up Dean's day if he looking at drafts.
Well, remember
the
Sean Monahan for McKinnon trade.
Should have done.
I don't remember that one. I was hopeful. It was funny because Monahan actually had a bit of a lead on goals a while into that.
He did,
and you knew that the assists Nate would have, but they were in the same category for a while, and Nate also had a few seasons where you're like, is this ever going to click? And then mid-season 1 year, the day after I dropped him in fantasy, his superstardom began. You're welcome, Nate. And he's been, just an MVP candidate almost every year since.
It's all his training. Puts too much into it. Wants to be a winner.
He has one.
Yeah.
He's one of those braggarts. He's got one.
I feel like a guy like that, one's not enough.
I agree. He's a red ass still. He's not happy with one.
No.
Who's his mentor? Who did he chase up the sand dunes in Nova Scotia? Sid. He's got 3. More work to be done here. I can't be smiling yet.
Maybe they just need to win one together.
I was hoping we'd see that.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
That's
Can you imagine the fireworks in the Western Conference if Sid had come out here? Woo!
Great. Then the Penguins would have to go get McDavid Jack. That'd be good.
What's going on in the NFL, eh? How do you feel about your Steelers, Jack?
I couldn't sleep last night. I was waiting for a quarterback to be signed. It never happened.
He's like, I can't go to bed yet. I need to know who the quarterback is. And he's like, Skylar Thompson's the only one on the roster. I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't sleep. Skylar Thompson's the only guy.
Scratch Daniel Jones off the list.
Yeah.
So it's really just Russ and
and Fields is gone.
Fields is gone. He signed yesterday.
40 for 2 years for Fields?
Yes. I believe Pittsburgh offered him 30 for 2 years.
And where would we put him in the hierarchy? Like somewhere between 25th and 32nd in the world at quarterback? Because there's 10 guys making more than 51 now. I know that. Hurts makes 51.5, and he's the 10th highest paid. So 20, that's like bad quarterback money.
Yeah.
You got like the Georgiev of starting quarterbacks in the NFL, 20 million a year.
Yeah, I saw they're offering Rodgers like 2 years and 90 million. That's insane.
2 years?
You should text him, Jack. Don't do it.
Yeah, you have Tomlin's number, right?
Who are we going to roll out there then?
MT, buddy. Do not do this. NG, no good. No good. Let's go live now to our satellite hookup in Mundare, Alberta, just to the northeast of Edmonton. And there is the sausage.
Oh, beautiful day out there, isn't it?
It is a beautiful day. Yeah. Clear skies. Wow. Yeah. So you two, and you see in the middle of the ring of sausage.
Yeah.
You are able to climb the stairs, and they have a little kind of a platform there for you.
Come on. Oh, there you are, yes.
Yeah.
Classy.
Isn't that nice?
Blends
they
in
know.
with blue sky.
And truly, if you go down the main street, the main drag there in Mundare, it does smell like sausage.
Dean, would you like to take your dogs on a road trip to Mundare? I feel like you would all be in heaven and there'd be no people. It would be the greatest road trip of all time.
Oh,
sausage, dogs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And now with the old whatever hen day, you don't have to go through Edmonton. You can kind of avoid it. Get through Sherwood Park and then out that way. And the thing of it is though, if you so that's the front view, right?
Yeah.
See the ring. If you go to the side view from a certain angle, it just looks like a big hog.
Right. I was wondering where you're going to go with that.
Yeah. Because some people have decided I'd rather just take a picture with the big hog in Monday.
You'd like to see me and my sausage?
Yeah. And for my my buddy Gaboo, God love him, rest in peace. My buddy Chad Gaborio, the big Gaboo. You go back to Selkirk, Manitoba, just outside of Winnipeg, and chuck the channel cat. We'd always get, the odd time we'd get liquored up if you're out near Smelkirk, out watching the Selkirk Steelers of the Manitoba Junior Hockey League, maybe the best hot dog in the MJHL.
Really? Best dog in the league?
Might have been the best dog in the MJ. And we'd stop and get a little photo with Chuck, because they have catfish, in in that area. They got the gold eye and the catfish. There's Chuck. There's Chuck.
Channel cat.
Yeah.
He's happy, eh?
Oh, he's so pumped.
Well, yeah. You just find some bugs on a tadpole or
I don't know what. I don't know what the catfish eat. Again, beautiful day in Selkirk.
Yeah, really nice. Jeez.
Day across the prairies today. Love it. Well, what do you want to talk about?
The forecast, the Vancouver Canucks will be rolling through town tomorrow.
Yeah.
A high chance of unders. And a probability.
Not a lot of scores on either squad.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Since Elias Pettersson turned into a shoe.
Yeah, since he
Miller.
Maybe he's gone colorblind. Him and Len Thompson trying to figure shit out. Maybe what happens is we just need to kind of shit talk some people, and then things turn around. We called Buffalo the worst team maybe ever. They're the laughingstock of the league.
Yeah.
No one even thinks about them. No one cares about them. They went and beat the Oilers 3-2.
Yeah, probably more on the Oilers than anything. That makes them the worst now.
Yeah.
Well, I believe that probably speaks to what the Oilers were feeling going into that game. Oh, it's
who?
We have to play them.
Old Skinflute and Nets having a year. Like, I think there's some high blood pressure in Oilers land. The goal
Skinflute.
He has not made enough saves. Was it 3 on 18 or something last night? Like, what are we doing here?
What? Awesome. Keep it up.
Yeah, like it a lot.
I'm okay with it.
Very okay with it.
And again, the powers that be said, we are okay with our goaltending this year.
It is nice when it's the rest of the hockey universe looks at the squad, whether you like them or not, you can see the holes and what they need to address.
Right.
Now, and in the spirit of us shit talking and then having people turn things around, we have nothing but nice things to say about the Oiler goaltending.
He's got a great mustache.
Yeah.
Really
I looked just now, both he and the backup, Cal Pickard. They've both got each of them. Can you believe it? Identical save percentage, 896.
Keep her up, boys.
That's some fine net minding there, fellas.
Don't shit talk him.
Oh no, hey, just keep it up. Yeah, keep it up.
I've many fans in my lives, and one of them yesterday threw his hands up and just said, they're bleeping losing in round one. I'm so done with this BS. And you're like, that would be nice, but what happens in March has no correlation to what's going to happen in late April. They might have been goaltending for 2 weeks.
You can see the holes.
Yes. Everyone except the GM and presidents and owner can see those holes, I believe.
Yes. If we could just get a third line winger.
Boy, we need Adam Henrique first.
What are you guys doing?
Forward.
What are we doing?
Forward depth, if you can help us.
Cal Pickard. He's a NHL number one for sure.
What about the goalie? No, not the goal. Don't worry about the goalie. Fine.
Stop now. Sabres and a 6-game skid.
Oh, good.
Lupa with 32 saves. Tage Thompson, 2 goals.
The Oilers should have gone. Uka Puka.
Yeah.
And Josh Norris apparently was on that line with Tage, so he must have had a monster night. We should talk to him. Look at him go.
Look at him go. Dylan Cousins settling in nicely meanwhile as a member of the Ottawa Senators.
I can't wait for that second round pick to turn out either, Dean. It's
goal and an assist in the 2 games that he's played. Last night, I believe it was the game winner that they got on a power play in the late stages of the third as the Sens win 2-1 over Detroit.
It was indeed a wide open, yawning 4x6 on the back door, and he's feeling all right. After a career high 9 hits last game, he gets the game winner last night.
It's a great way to get into a new room and make yourself feel welcome.
Yeah. The setup was it was Sanderson, I believe, who dished it off, and it was a wide open net for the one-timer. And they seem very excited. The Senators do. They seem very excited.
That building was jumping. I went over to that one. That was the prime game last night. And they do a good job with the sound to begin with, but it just, that's back and forth. I think Ullmark made 48 saves. He was upside down. That's a nice story because he's been sluggish out of the gate and then hurt a bunch, but they need him. It's rocking. Like, that place used to suck. It's been so long since they've been good. That building is awesome right now.
Ullmark, 48 saves, 27 in the second period.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. That's Hasek stuff. He's the 6th goalie ever to make at least 27 saves in a period and not allow a goal. And the Sens, meanwhile, 3 in a row and 4-0-1 in their last 5. They move back into the first wild card.
And they spread the gap to 5 on Detroit. If they'd lost that one, would have been 1 point.
Yeah, poor Detroit.
6th straight loss for Detroit, retro.
Detroit.
Yeah. Although I'd rather have Ottawa in than Detroit.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
What about the second spot?
I've got a crazy theory I want to test on you. I don't want to get
Okay.
Overcomplicate things. We need New Jersey to fall out. Flames have their first. Everyone's hurt there. Columbus goes into the 3 spot in the Metro. And then we can put a second team into the wild card, like the Rangers would be a tough out for the top seed, or even something fun like Montreal.
Montreal would be fun.
Montreal, that building in the spring.
I'm okay with the Rangers as well. I like original 6 stuff. I haven't liked what the Rangers have done this year or how they've looked, but I still think
we're going to go to New York. Weren't you saying?
Yeah.
MSG, and we'll catch some
baseball and playoffs. It'd be great.
Won't watch Garrett Cole, but
oh yeah.
Sure.
Ow.
Anywho,
it's not your fault, Dean. I was going to wear my Yankees jersey yesterday too.
Were you?
I was actually.
And you didn't, and their best.
See what happened.
The year.
That's my fault.
Yeah,
it's your
Abs keep rolling, 6 straight wins. They beat Chicago 3-0. Nate Dogg 1,000 points.
Did you see the awkward party?
I don't know. No, I didn't.
Because he, in the first, set up a goal.
Yeah.
Poured off the bench.
Oh, really?
Big pile up in the corner. Yeah. The play is under review.
No call.
And then his zeros going into the third, and he still hadn't got it. He finished with 2 points, and they'd win.
Yeah. Easy one. Third player in team history to reach the 1,000-point plateau. The other 2 would be
Joe Sakic.
Correct.
And Stastny, I'd imagine.
Correct. Peter. Not Marion, nor Anton.
Right.
But Paul's father. Right?
Sure.
Peter was, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
I believe so.
Also in there, Marty Natchez picks up a goal. He's got 17 points in 16 games.
What's he going to cost this summer?
I don't know.
Because he coming off a bad year where you knew there was skill, but he hadn't fit yet. They gave him 2 times 6.5. He's got 1 year left on that, but they can extend him. I'm thinking you probably extend this guy before all these crazy comparables as the cap goes up, before they go up.
I'll just take that Rantanen money that you were going to give to him.
They traded Rantanen. They're like, we can't afford Rantanen money. We need something cheaper.
No, we'll take the Rantanen production,
right?
But we'll give you Natchez money.
Yeah,
nine-ish, something like that. Yeah. It's good work in the end. Everybody crushed the Avs, and the story's not written, right? Yeah. But it's worked out so far.
And honestly, Carolina, I don't think if you put Natchez on the market, you get 2 firsts in Stankoven. So I think all 2. So I don't know, like wild. How could they all be winners? As long as Dallas has good playoffs, they're all winners here.
Well done, yeah. Meanwhile, I don't know. I grabbed this. This was Rod the Bod, who does a coach's show, apparently. In Carolina, they traded for Mikko Rantanen. He didn't perform particularly well. He was okay, but with a middling production. And then they offered him a lot of money, and he said, no. And they said, well, we're probably going to have to trade you. And he said, fine, go ahead. Cool. So Rod the Bod is who you'll hear. You're not going to see his face. You'll get to see nothing you like watching more than a old radio guy with receding hair and gray beard. There's nothing you'd rather watch or listen to. But this is Rod the Bod talking about kind of his interaction and the Carolina Hurricanes' dealings with Mikko Rantanen.
Interview that really stuck with me.
There's not been one guy that has left here because they didn't like it here. That was except for Mikko, and he did not like it. When he showed up, he said, "There's 4 teams I'll go play for." Well, you're not one of them. So there's 28 other teams he wasn't going to. And when the better question is, should we have known that before we signed him,
right?
Or attempted to sign him? Gensel was the totally opposite thing. We had offered him the contract with Matt Dan. He's here,
right?
But we didn't for whatever reason. That's a different conversation. And all the other guys that walked out of here at free agency because they got paid a lot more money than we were offering. They all wanted to stay. Right. So Mika was the only one that I've been associated with that said, I don't want to, this is not for me. And I think there's other circumstances on that. It's not because of the hockey. It was because I think his family, it wasn't for him. Mm-hmm. So good. And I appreciate that he let us know that. We probably should have known that before we made the deal. Maybe that changes how we go about things.
Wow. Ooh. I keep thinking about that agent poll. Carolina's not a popular organization the way they go about their business.
Well, they'll be real effing unpopular if Tom decides he doesn't like Rod the Bod's comments.
He already screwed Rod pretty hard on their last contract.
Rod doesn't care. That's
the thing. Rod was being the nice guy, but he's not getting anywhere near his market value. He's a top 5 coach in the league, in my opinion. You had to grind him there. So if you're grinding the guy that is beloved in the community and is a coach, it's not like he's $12 million, like that, you're grinding him, you're grinding everyone.
Yeah. So, I mean, a couple things in there. And I saw your face, Rhett, when he said, we'd have had Gensel if we'd have made the offer, but we didn't offer him the money to stay. And then, of course, he kind of doubled down on it. If we'd have known that Mikko Rantanen was going to go to 4 teams and nowhere else, maybe we should have known that before we made the trade. So in a way, some collateral damage there. The GM feels like maybe he's taking some. The owner certainly is taking some because guys have been here. None of them wants to leave, but they go because they don't get paid here. That's my paraphrasing anyway.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of the rep that in that agent's poll was, I guess, uncovered.
Sure seems like 2 things that could have been accomplished as well. Like if you were interested in Gensel, you knew free agency was coming, so you could offer him a contract.
And I think that's why they were hyper aggressive this year. They're like, we'll go early on Rantanen.
But again, you went early on Rantanen after without knowing.
Yeah,
Rantanen had no interests,
or at least on some bad intel, or because
how hard's the intel? Come on, let's be real. How hard's the intel for the agent to get the word out to the teams? Like if you're trading for Rantanen, you're like and wanting to sign him, you're not talking to the agent saying, would he sign here? Like,
I think there was a conversation allowed to happen, and I might be wrong on this. There's been a lot of reporting on this that trying to match it all together, that Carolina did either via Colorado or to the agent ask about interest. And at that point, I'm sure the player says, look, like I'm shell shocked here. I don't even think I didn't think I was getting traded. Like we're open to things. Let's give it a try. Like I'm not promising now. I've been there once a year my whole career. That's it. I don't know anything about the fucking market.
I'm talking prior to trading for him.
Yeah. I don't know. Elliot had some interesting stuff.
I was going to say, do you have intel on this, or are you just kind of?
I've listened. Elliot's done a lot of stuff on this, obviously, and they did the Friday and the Monday. Like there's been a lot of content on Rantanen in the last few weeks, and there was just a thought that the agency almost thought Colorado was trying to use this as leverage. Like, well, if you don't like it here, like, would you go here for this much money? And they're like, sure. Like, you're not actually trading us. We've got 2 months to sort this out. But
yeah, I would think
if you're Tulski, right?
If you're Rantanen, it's like, yeah, no, I think, I'd be happy with Carolina. You might get that out there if you think that's going to grease the wheels on your Colorado extension, and that's where you want to stay.
And that was kind of the feel of what Elliot was saying.
So let's go to that point. Let's assume then maybe that all Rantanen ever wanted was the big offer to stay in Colorado.
Yes,
now he's true, right? So who's to blame then? Is it because Colorado clearly dealt him, it would seem, either not knowing or knowing that's where he wanted to be?
I have no problem with what Colorado did because they're looking at having to pay Cale Makar. I have no idea what Cale Makar makes in 2 years because the cap's going to be like $104 million or $114 the year after, and he's the best defenseman we've seen in our lives. Like, is he a $22 million player? Is he 16? Is it somewhere like we have no idea? Yeah. And so I think the math they did was we can't afford to not be able to bring back Cale Makar because we got a little too hot and heavy with Rantanen, who we really like, but we also understand there's a lot of Nathan McKinnon shrapnel that he gets to tuck into the net. And so they made the calculated bet they could get similar or 80% of the production with Natchez. What they're hoping will be somewhere between half and 3/4 the cost. It's a very cold, calculated asset management play. It is not a, hey, he's a career guy. It's the only jersey. We drafted him. I remember it's very cold and calculated, but I think it's smart. And I know they took a lot of bullets day one. It was like, well, hang on, fellas. Who knows the player the best? The Abs. And Nate's just doing his part this year. He whined last year, big numbers in Carolina. You watch him play with that team. He flies. He fits in great. They're not missing a beat.
Yeah. Poor Rantanen, the real loser in the end.
Or not.
Having to live in Dallas and make $12 million.
We'll know who the real loser is short term when these two teams play in round one, because it's going to be an absolute war. And both teams have revamped their teams considerably here. They're on a collision course because Winnipeg should win the Central, and Minnesota's already fallen into a wild card. I don't know how they wouldn't play each other in round one, and that will be absolute just popcorn.
Rhett,
Dean,
we heard what Rod the Bod had to say there. That feels
open.
I don't know that I would expect to hear that from Rod, because it's kind of a shot against his owner, and it's kind of a shot against his general manager. And maybe the general manager's hands are tied, and he just has to. I mean, for Tulsky, maybe he's just got to do whatever Tom Dundon says to do.
That seems to be true.
But it's kind of a shot.
It does sound that way. I think so, doesn't it? Like, I guess you could just say, well, he's just being honest, and he doesn't mean it in a negative way, and it's just being upfront, and he's fine with everything. But I also got to think that for a guy like that, he wants to win. Like, he's below market value. He wants to be there, and you give him credit for that part of it. But when you skip on his contract and save money, then he's like, why are we not putting it towards the guys that can help us get it over the top? Rantanen. Like, and that's how it's got to be feeling there, where it's like, I'm doing everything I can. And we're having good success, and we're real close, and you won't give us the pieces to get the job finished.
They changed GMs. Why? Do we remember? Because Don Waddell took a lateral move to make more money.
Oh, I think
we don't see GMs leave teams to take a GM job in a different market unless there's massive drama like we saw here with Treliving, Sutter, and I imagine to some degree the owner. Carolina doesn't pay the people. And so Don Waddell knew if he was going to get GM money, he had to go to another market. And Eric Tulsky's been a guy who started writing about hockey on the internet and climbed all his way up the ranks. He's got like 40 patents. He's a savant. But he's not a typical front-facing, speak to the media face of an organization. You know, his personal interactions are not his strength. Engineering things that need trademarks probably are his strength. Their GM literally walked to another team, and they've been to the Final Four twice in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Like, they're in a window to win. Doesn't that tell you everything about how Tom Dundon treats his people? He grinds Rod Brindamore, and the GM literally left to take the same position elsewhere to make more money.
And before that, Billy Peters might have kept that job. He was grinding on him too, wasn't he? And Billy Peters, I think, was like, I don't need this.
Flames and the Carolina Hurricanes, after the World Championships, which are living, had Peters, worked on a deal to get Peters here, even though there was term left on his Carolina deal.
Also, and how deep does it go? Well, it goes deep, because it was not long after Dundon took over the team. Both the radio and TV play-by-play guys were either shown the door or left. Chuck Caton, Hall of Fame broadcaster, was fired, and John Forsland is now the play-by-play voice in Seattle.
Yeah, so Trip Tracy too, right? Because he ended up moving somewhere.
Is Tripp not there anymore? I thought maybe he was still there. Anyway, but it's not. It's the whole way through. Come on, Tom. Can't you see?
But you know what?
Can't see what you're doing here? There's a way to treat people.
I mean, that's kind of why I don't put a ton of this on. Like that agent poll was very revealing to me. And maybe I'm putting too much stock in it, but people that represent players don't like dealing with Carolina, period, stop.
Agents are right.
Oh, I know.
They also have to rank. You know what I mean? Somebody's
they'll find a reason to bitch and why they're always right and everyone's wrong. I could be an agent. The way I'm so disillusioned.
I told you guys we should start an agent.
But they have to rank them, and the ranks are what's published. That is the team they dislike the most. In many different ways, they phrased questions, but you wouldn't expect.
Well, yeah, and it might be a good thing that agents find it hard to deal with. If an agent thinks, "Oh, these guys are great. I love dealing with these guys," they'd be, "Oh, I'm not sure that's a good place to be either." Fellas, let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention. Pelvic floor health. Have you been working on your pelvic floor? We've given you all homework. Pinder?
I got a tight back. That probably means my pelvic floor.
It's your pelvic floor.
And some tight hips.
It's your pelvic. If your hips and your lower back is sore all the time, it's because you're overcompensating because you're not using your pelvic floor in your abdominal region. Rhett?
I'm doing it right now, dude.
Okay. Your pelvic floor plays a huge role in everything from bladder control to, you guessed it, sexual function. And here's the thing, a strong pelvic floor can mean better performance, better stamina, even a boost in confidence. Plus, if you're waking up at night to pee, it's not just an annoying habit, it's a sign that something is off. The good news is it can be fixed with a completely non-invasive approach using Emsella therapy. Mod Medical Clinic, bearoused.ca. That's where the team at bearoused.ca comes in. They're all about helping men take charge of their pelvic and sexual health with science-backed treatments. No gimmicks, no awkward conversations, just real solutions. So if you're noticing changes in your performance, your bladder habits, or just want to optimize things, check them out. It's time we talk openly about men's health, because taking care of yourself should never be embarrassing. That just goes without saying. Nothing we're saying here is crazy, risque, over the top. It just makes good sense. Go to bearoused.ca and find out what they're all about. Emsella therapy. So you don't have to, I mean, it's good.
How many of these a minute? They're doing like 12,000 on the Emsella chair.
I don't even know if you have to, it feels like we're exaggerating a little bit. Maybe a bit.
Is risque a word, or is it risky?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it, it's its own.
It's got a French vibe to it. It's got the QUE with the accent. I believe it's accent aigu at the beginning, or is it?
I like poutine, so let's go with it.
Yeah. I made some poutine with my with that extra tub of gravy I took home the other day.
Shut the front door, Dean.
Yeah.
Like, Rhett, for example, when you put the Daisy Dukes on and hitchhiked to Banff, that was a risque outfit.
Were you doing your Kegels on the side of the road?
Yep.
Yahoo! Banff for bust. Banff for bust. We kind of unveiled this last week. We did this in 2020, 2021, somewhere during the deep, the depths of COVID, when there was no sports.
It's a depressing day anyway. Isn't it 5 years ago all that shit started?
Is that right? Yeah, it was somewhere around there. And we said, let's have some fun. Let's try and do something a little bit different. We still want the competition of sports.
Yeah.
But if we can't have sports, then we need something we can all relate to. And here's what went down. The month of March is here. Time once again for the ultimate showdown to determine who will be deemed champion. The challengers have arrived. The stage is set. Who will rise to the top and claim the crown? What, basketball? No, fuck. It's time for the world-renowned Barn Burner Candy Bracket. A battle of epic proportions, a contest of sugar highs, and an exploration of humanity's most important question: what is the best candy? Gummy bears, Skittles, Swedish berries, fuzzy peaches. The big swinging dicks of the candy world are ready to reign supreme. Or could it be a dark horse? Sour Patch Kids, Starbursts, Jolly Ranchers. The debate is fierce. The emotions are raw. Blowouts, upsets, controversy, maybe even a Cinderella story. All to determine who will taste sweet victory. The sugar-fueled frenzy is back. The Barn Burner Candy Bracket. Yeah, it is back. It's the Candy Bracket. Barn Burner style. We have a champion is going to be crowned. And not a lot is the same from 5 years ago, but there is just a little bit of homage as we get into it. Now, you talked about the selection committee and the painstaking work that went in, hours, sleepless nights that went in to try and get down to a team or a field of 16 competitors in this. Couldn't be done. So we're going to have
too many good teams, too many at-large bids, too many mid-market. What are the?
Well, it's controversial, right? You gotta. Everybody's fighting, and a lot of them have a very valid case as to why they should be a part of it. We have the 16 spots available, 2 to be decided. We are going to have a play-in round. It is going to be 4 candies battling for the final 2 spots. Let's take a look now. Again, it maybe feels unfair, I'm sure, to some of these competitors that have to get in, but
life's not fair, Dean. Life's not fair. You want in? Play better.
You got a seat at the table. You're in. Doesn't matter your seating.
The Dinosaurs versus the Airheads.
Oh, baby.
The Airheads, this is one of those ones I had kind of mentioned it yesterday. I've never had. I don't know that I've had them, but my daughter, she loves these things. There's some that you can only buy them at a certain place. So whenever we happen to go, oh, can we stop in there? I need to get
the sausage.
It's like the sausage. Get your picture taken with the Airheads. So I don't even know what if I have.
The comments are going crazy already.
Because again,
jeez, what do you got there?
Well, I did go. It's not.
You describe what the Airhead is, because I feel ignorant here.
Well, you know what? Let's do this. While I'm looking for the Airhead, let's talk about the Dinosaurs, right?
Oh,
because this was one of those things. You were a staunch proponent of the Dinosaurs being a part of this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everybody agreed necessarily. Tell us why the Dinosaur deserves to be in the top 16.
I'm going to take you down memory lane, Dean, back to when you'd ride your bicycle from your house to school, and maybe after school, if you had enough time, you could zip over to the gas station 3-4 blocks away and get into those 5-cent candy bins.
You'd stole a quarter from your old man's change drawer.
Yes, totally, 100%. And with that quarter, you'd be able to pick up to as many as 5 Dinosaurs. Red being an incredibly amazing flavor, green solid, the yellows and the oranges still very good, but the Dinosaur got a bit of a bite to it, also quite sweet. Love the colors, different shapes and dinosaurs. It's a true winner, Dean, and I think it's worthy of the main bracket.
Yeah, I
got a long road trip today, Dean. I got to do some digging in on this.
Are you? Thanks. Do your rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like doing your rounds for the candy bracket. Now I took a look here. Go figure. It seems that maybe my my bag of Airheads candy has gone missing.
Really? I wonder if your daughter knows where they are.
I'll have to ask her. I'll have to ask her later if she has any idea where maybe the Airheads candies went to. But what are the Airheads? Play that thing one more time for us there, Jack, just so we can kind of see the logo. I think it helps when you see it to know exactly. So there it is. It's got some kind of a balloon or something. I mean, again, I don't know.
Kind of like a licorice or a toffee, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, nothing beats the tremendously tangy, playfully delicious chew of the original Airheads, also available in grape, orange, strawberry, and green apple. Every hand, they've got bites, they got soft, but again, for a lot of this, we're going with the originals. There's, because there's spin-offs and there's,
reiterations.
When you have a successful brand, you're going to be able to build on that brand. But I believe it is like a taffy sort of it comes in a.
It's chewy. I'm getting that vibe. I like it somewhere between a Starburst and something else. Because that Starburst has got that. Yeah, there. More of a.
Eric says she's more of a taffy.
Okay,
she's a bit of a taffy. I'll take your word on it. We're going to say it is a taffy. So. In one of the big battles, we're at the bottom, just hoping and praying to get into the big 16, the sweet, as it were, 16. Mm-hmm. The Dinosaurs going head-to-head against the Airheads. And in the other battle, and it's going to be a big one as well. This one, again, has Pinder influence. Go figure that there's maybe some that Pinder really needed involved in this. It's going to be the Blue Whales against the High Chews.
Wow. And again, you want to talk about like a staple and a single entity in the Blue Whale versus the incredible variety of the High Chew. It's a fascinating matchup, Dean.
The Blue Whales, we all know what they are. They're a gummy candy. They a lot of times, you know where you'll see them? They'll come in bulk.
Yeah,
they'll come in bulk.
Like
we've got the look at that.
The
Bel Bleu
institution, the Blue Whale.
Yeah.
And as you look at this, you can smell it, can't you?
Oh, dear.
Can you smell it, Retro? Can you smell the blue whales?
Oh.
So what's in it? Well, we've got some modified cornstarch, some carnauba wax.
We're not going to
gotta have that.
Some brilliant blue FCF.
That's not the stuff my wife wants us having.
No.
Shh.
Some glucose.
Shapes and colors, Dean. We don't need the ingredients.
Yeah. Now, may contain, no, you just never know. And you always want that. A food that may or may not have, depending on what day it is.
Who's to say?
You may have some peanuts, some tree nuts, some milk, soy, or some wheat/gluten in there as well.
Could have splashed in there, Dean. You just don't know.
Yeah, we got to start getting in the comments. We're getting massive reaction on all these different entries.
Okay, we'll get into it. And then on the other side, the high chews.
Oh, yeah.
This is also kind of, it feels, these I've had, not a lot. Intensely fruity, intensely chewy candy. There's a bit of a taffy feel to this guy too.
Yeah, there is.
Every chew brings flavor to life, and you can buy them in the individual flavors and packets, or you can get them comme ça. From the minute you unwrap your high chew to the very last bite, the aromas of true-to-life fruit flavors are yours to enjoy. With our unique double-layer mouth-watering flavor is released as you chew for a long-lasting, immensely fruity, intensely chewy experience.
Damn.
Yeah, damn, boy. There is some natural and some artificial flavors in there as well.
Whatever
Yeah.
makes them good, Dean.
Huge debates already erupting. This is amazing. This is the beauty of the candy bracket.
There's you know what? They actually have some concentrated apple juice, strawberry juice, blueberry. They have some actual juice in there. Some gelatin, a little palm oil, some pumpkin juice.
Right.
Some spirulina extract.
Oh, yeah. That's
soy
healthy.
lecithin.
Spirulina is a health food.
Good stuff right there. Good stuff. So those are there are two brackets. The blue whales versus the high chews, and the dinosaurs versus the airheads. Two will advance to our main bracket.
They'll be the 15 and the 16 seeds.
I was just going to say they're going to have their hands full when they get there.
They're going to have the top seeds when they get in.
Just keep winning, because here is the bracket.
Oh,
its entirety.
Jeez.
Look at those matchups.
The 16 seed is going to take on the defending champion. Like Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson. Like the U.S. Olympic hockey team sending home the Russian. Do you believe in miracles?
1980, baby.
The cola bottles were the Cinderella story champion.
They were like a 13 seed or something crazy. It was unbelievable.
And they just kept winning and winning. And we were skeptical. We wondered if we were being punked. Was the vote being rigged? Were people just sabotaging the vote? And we had people that we trusted, people that are inside our circle say, no, this is real. We love the cola bottles. We'll learn more about the cola bottles as we go along. But they are the number one seed. And I feel for one of the four play-ins, they're going to have their hands full in round number one.
Go to the other side of the bracket. The other play-in team's got another heavyweight and an absolute gargantuan opponent.
I love peaches, Ryan.
It's going to be the Fuzzy Peaches, the number 2 ranked team coming in. They will take on one of the 4 play-ins. There's
GD
no
Wright, they're number 2, Dean.
There's no
GD
mistake.
Wright.
There's no mistaking the Fuzzy Peach. We've all had them. We all know what they are.
Y'all want them right now.
You want one
everyone
right
out
now.
there.
They're sweet, but there's a little kind of tang to them. You can smell them too. You talk about the blue one. You can smell those peaches. So that's going to be, I do feel for the high chews and dinosaurs of the world, or whoever gets through.
Hey, if the Coke bottles can do it, anyone can. You just got to get hot in this tournament.
It's a lot. It could be a lot of jet fuel for 8 days. Is that what something like that?
No one is more excited about this bracket than the shoveler.
Is that right?
Hard to contain. Hard to contain.
The number 3 spot belongs to the Gummy Bears.
Yeah,
it's a staple. We are there again. So many companies make them.
Well, and you can infuse them with vodka, which
you
is
can,
wonderful.
yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah. They'll soak up a lot of. These are just main. Convenience store gummy bears.
Oh,
Do not
they're
be
not-
confused with
they're not-
anything else you might
They're
be
not
able to
eye test? Okay, sorry.
No, Ryan, you've maybe never had these kind of gummies.
Well, as a child, for sure.
It's
Not for a while.
possible.
What a matchup, too. Like, they get a classic old standard in Nerds. That's a tough one. Jeez.
Yeah, they've got the Nerds right there at the number 14 spot. There were some that wondered, should the Nerds be involved? And others are you kidding? Nerds, absolutely.
Good sound. Love the sound.
And now, is that all one flavor? Or is that a multi-flavor box? Because
This in here is called Rainbow.
So you're getting Rainbow was the original, was it not?
I remember boxes were split down the middle. You had two halves. You can open up one.
Oh yeah,
you saw that in the intro. We are going to have profiles done.
Yes, of course.
A lot of people remember the profiles. We've not forgotten. We're just kind of laying things out. They're tiny, they're tangy, they're crunchy, is what you need to know here. There's some tartazine,
I think that's the stuff you don't want to mention.
Indigotine.
Yeah, I don't mean these teens are good.
More of that brilliant blue FCF if you need it. Some sunset yellow FCF.
What a matchup.
What a match.
That's going to be a good one.
Number 4, Swedish berries. Hergen, Fergen, Bergen, Durgen, Bergen. The Swedish berries.
We're multicultural, Dean.
Woo-wee!
Swedish berries got to be in there.
That's fine. There we are. There again. We know what they're all about. You ever wanted to be a Swede? Maybe not.
Also known
what
as
if all your berries?
I want my berries to be.
Hey, what if your berries were like these bad boys right there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
You can smell them. Ooh, these are fresh too. I need to sample. Allura Red, artificial flavor.
Why are you reading the ingredients? We don't care about the ingredients. This is a unique matchup for me because are the Swedish and the Cherry Blasters both of the red tinge? Are we similar in flavor?
You will not miss if you did a blind taste test. You would realize there's not a lot similar,
right?
Because the Swedish berry, it's not really cherry. It's sweet, but this is a sour Cherry Blaster.
That says Sour Patch Kids, does it not? Oh no, it's Cherry Blaster. Show closer.
Well,
its arms are
sorry. Yeah, there we are. It's more Jack Yeti than the small spread. Thank you.
Okay, so are we doing
all right.
Sour Cherry Blaster?
Well, that's what they are.
Cherry Blasters are all sour.
They come like this with the two berries and the twig on the top.
I thought they weren't all sour though.
No, these are. I think Dino's right.
All right, do it.
Yeah.
Who am I?
There you go. Did we run out of it?
Two more matches left.
Another classic with the next bracket.
Number 5. Skittles versus Twizzlers.
Oh man.
Oh!
Talk about heavyweights.
Skittles right there. We all know them. We've all had them. Taste the rainbow. Health Canada wants you to know right on the front, though. High in sugar.
Is that right?
High in sugar.
Don't say.
Yeah, right there. High in sugar. And I mean, they're a classic, right? That's not a new
Tom Petty. They won't back down, Dean.
Yeah. They won't back down.
Like Sidney Crosby entering his 40s. He's still just can't stop. Won't stop.
Yeah, you want some? Yeah, absolutely. I want some. Thank you very much.
They got some Twizzlers.
Wow. What a matchup.
I can't wait to get into the finer again, the bracket is going to open. We'll have details, but when this opens, we've gone in deep on the Twizzler, just the kind of history of the Twizzler to let you know what this candy is all about.
Yeah, okay.
No trans fats in here, guys. I know you're concerned about it.
Yeah, I was.
No trans fats.
Get some of that Allura Red, though.
Absolutely. Some Allura Red, some citric acid, and some modified palm oil, among other things in there.
Now, interesting in the comments, people noting that, unfortunate events, Skittles
don't bring. It's not important. Are you going to talk about the health concerns?
Everyone loves. No. I'm just saying that was Johnny's favorite candy.
I was thinking to say there's going to be
this is going to be a huge tiebreaker.
Yeah.
With this audience, this might be.
That's your
dark
horse.
Thought of that.
Yeah, I know. I saw it in the comments, and it's 100% bang on.
I'll say this: I respect. We all do. I hope this doesn't hijack the entire bracket.
I don't care. Skittles wins. You're not going to be disappointed. What are you going to do?
Fans will vote. They'll vote with their hearts and their taste buds.
At number 6, the Sour Patch Kids.
Classic.
It's a classic. We got lemon. We got red berry. We got lime. We got orange. We got blue raspberry. And these guys, if I recall correctly, they're a bunch of little assholes.
They are kind of ugly, jerks. Yeah,
I think look at show about them.
Like, look at them, right? They got these. They got these punk haircuts.
Yeah,
they're smiling at you, but you can't trust those guys.
It's a snide little smile, isn't it?
Like, hey, hi, how you doing? But you're a Sour Patch Kid. You're just a brat. You're a little shit.
That's right. A lot of Bart Simpsons in there.
And the Sour Patch Kids, they are going to be taking on good old Mike and Ike.
Oh,
Mike and Ike. And yes, they will tell you, thank you, Health Canada. High in sugar.
Really?
High in sugar. Yeah.
Sugar high.
There they are. Cherry, lemon, strawberry, lime, and orange. There is, and you know what? We'll again, profiles coming up.
Yes.
Controversy when it comes to Mike and Ike.
Really?
There was, I think it was 2013. It was almost global. The controversy that hit Mike and Ike. But did they overcome? They're still here.
Still here today.
And they come in we'll get into that. Hello. They come in a thing. So there you the Sour Patch Kids versus much like the March Madness. I guess there's a basketball tournament that they call with a bracket or something.
Jeff asked Jack.
I don't know. Where's potentially the biggest upsets?
Well, we didn't even go through all the teams, did we?
I'm just because we're in that 6'11", 5'12" area. It feels like
I just can't wait for the 8-9. That feels like heavyweights.
Okay, well, we'll get there. Let's go 7v10.
This could go either way. This one right here.
It's old school, new school in a way.
So here again, Sour Soothers. You may also know them as Sour Keys.
Sure.
Sour Tabs. Here, these people, they're calling them Sour Tongue Pleasers, Sour Tongue Teasers. I don't know if there's actually because we talked about the gummy bear.
A brand name here? Is this just
Because you go with the gummy bear, and it kind of defaults to the Haribo. That's kind of the king of the gummy bear world.
Very high end.
I don't know if there is a Sour Soother Key tab.
Shoveler will do some research for the.
Thank you, Red.
Yep.
So we know what we're talking about there. Again, sour candies. That's the battle. Sour versus sweet, right? What wins out? People do love sour. You would think that sour, you don't want that. A lot of people love it. Now, the Sour Soothers, maybe they don't have a parent company. We don't know. But you know
just
what the
an
Starbursts are.
It's looking for a little love.
The Starbursts. There they are. Strawberry, lemon, orange, and cherry. Individually wrapped for your safety.
Nothing to argue with there, Dean.
And if more of your brilliant blue and sunset yellow FCF, the Allura red, it's all in there. And a little tapioca dextrin.
Yes, sir.
Look, we're not even at the main bracket yet. I got some issues we're going to have to talk about with these jerks later on.
What jerks?
We'll talk about it at the main bracket. Let's get through the playing round. And
Ryan's not happy. He's the only one that's really had issue with this. Everybody else is just kind of going with it. No, come on, let's broach it. We're here.
You think you know where I'm going? I'm not going there. You're too waxy. Why does it feel like I got a candle in my mouth?
They call it. You know what? Because again, I've been
What's going on here?
They're calling it a taffy. That's what they're kind of.
All right, we'll see how the voters respond to that.
I'll just say this: I know where I'm going in the 7-10. If I were a voter, are we allowed to vote?
It's open.
I almost swore, but yeah.
I mean, it'd be
Well, nothing we get.
Like my opinion doesn't matter.
I feel like Rhett's matters a lot, Dean.
Of course it does, buddy. Okay, so that's the
Shoveling
7-10. 8v9.
These two are just slugging it out.
Yeah. This is like Colorado in Dallas round 1. It's just awesome to see early. You're sad you're going to lose one. God, it's a matchup.
The good thing about these are you got a long shelf life. Like we're well into 2026 before these guys are best before.
Really?
You got your time is on your side.
Couple of years. Sweat.
Not to be confused with the Twizzler, right?
No.
Can't.
Same shape, same sort of packaging. I think it's maybe even the same company. It may even be the same company making these things.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe so.
But that's the nib. Cherry and flavor. The Allura Red that we all love. It's in there. High in sugar, it says. Thank you, Health Canada.
I could rename my kid. It would be Allura Red.
Yeah. No nuts. No nuts. She's nut free for you weird people with your nut allergy.
Nut aficionados.
Yeah, that's right. And they are going to go up against a classic. The Jolly Rancher. There you are. The Jolly Rancher hard candy. Just absolutely bursting. Bursting with flavor. The Jolly Rancher. Look at it. Corn syrup and sugar and mineral oil and soy lectin all packed together. Oh, God.
Love me that soy lectin.
Lectin. Men. Warning. Warning. Small objects, like hard candies, may inadvertently become lodged in the throat. Warning.
So be safe.
Green apple, cherry, watermelon, grape, blue raspberry. I'm not looking to sway the voters. I'm not looking to anything. I don't like green apple.
Yeah, I don't like watermelon either.
Oh, you're crazy. Watermelon?
Oh, you're rancher buddies.
We are rancher buddies.
Oh,
We're jolly. Do you like green apple, though?
No.
No.
Somebody will throw the green apple.
You don't like watermelon?
No.
Watermelon high.
Those were the two I had the most. I'm like, nah.
Oh, really?
Green and watermelon. But
I was going to say with
you get into that blue raspberry is one of my faves.
Oh, it's so good.
Classic, legend.
And the green apple, like I don't really like it either. But this is one of the few candies. I'm going to eat it anyway. I'm going to have it.
See, I don't feel like it's one of the few. I think you're going to crush through all of them. But go ahead.
No, all of these I would. But there's some other. If it's green apple, pass. But the Jolly Rancher hard candy. So that is the bracket.
Damn,
I do have the.
I can't have green apple, Dean. I had too many in Los Olas one day, and too many green apple martinis. And
yeah, I was going to say the watermelon.
Hurl in the bushes.
So there needs to be some apologies made here. When we were putting this all together, it's there's a term that's been brought up on the show over the years, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with it or care for it, but my partners will like to say that there's something called a boomocracy. That I just kind of make up my mind and whatever I say goes and all that sort of thing. But when we were putting this together, Ryan was pleading. Please listen. Blue whales need to be in there. I love the blue whale.
Give him a chance.
It's got to be in there.
Classic.
Okay. The dinosaurs have to be in there.
Give him a chance.
Give him a chance. And there was one other that you lobbied for, but it didn't. It fell even below the cut line of the bottom four. And I'll let you. I want you to. Not that we can. I don't think we could change it because the graphics have been made and the voting is going to start.
Too late. That's fine. It's that NIT tournament. Lots of good basketball teams there. It's just not the NCAA championship. I believe it's different shapes and different colors. It comes.
All due respect, but I would like you to tell us why you were fighting hard to the finish for the wine gums.
A lot of these candies are very sweet. What the wine gums have perfected is the chewiness, but not the over sweetness like you're going to burn your tongue like you're ripping at a gobstopper all day. If you want to house a bag, the wine gums are fantastic. A lot of good flavors in there. The blacks and the reds, Hall of Famers, first ballot. I'll take a black or a red wine gum over almost any candy on earth.
Wow. What a statement.
That's my pitch.
I feel bad. But it's not a black, it's like a grape.
It's a really, really dark purple, but
yeah,
unless it's super bright, you're just going to think that's the black one.
They've got it's champagne and port and sherry.
Fancy, right?
Fair, and that's you.
Dijon? What is
you're very
Dijon?
fancy.
You're a loser.
There's a lot of comments saying they're good, but
and see, and true to form, hey, there you are with your Allura Red and Brilliant Blue FCF. Should have known, should have seen it coming. Really,
it's they're all over the whole bracket. They're a winner no matter what happens.
They really are. Yeah, they're gonna have a. It's like JP Barry. He's just so many big hitters.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Ryan.
That's all right. Hey, I got 2 of my 3 guys in.
Yeah, but the selection committee kind of en masse felt like they weren't going to be there. So that is the battle.
I'm glad you grabbed the bag, Dean, just so you can take a personal.
Oh, but when I grabbed this was quite a while ago. When it was still very much up in the air.
I'm just saying it's nice that you have the ability. It's in your home now. You can try it for yourself.
Which democracy doesn't mean you don't panel others when you want to. It's just only when you want to would you panel other people.
Oh, and see here, they've even got like the wine, like the cork screw.
Oh, yeah.
See the wine gum, the kind of how they're tying it all together. Clever. And it's a class. It feels like it has some European roots.
Well, the Warners owned a candy store in London back in the day, Dean.
Really?
I've got a picture of it. I should find it because it actually
road trip
lends itself to this. So yeah, we were candy connoisseurs.
Yeah.
All it's left to do is vote now. I'm excited. And sample, of course. You're gonna have to bring those in studio immediately.
Right. Well, if we were in studio, blame Rhett.
Well, tomorrow.
Blame Rhett. And we can get into some of the comments. And just like no one's ever happy.
No.
You know, we've got 18 candies.
Mm-hmm.
No jujubes, no jelly beans.
JF and Lloyd, not happy with that.
I'm a jujube guy. I brought it to the tip.
Listen,
I don't know, too generic, maybe. I'm not sure.
We're not going to change anything. There's commitments made. They played themselves in. My take would be that perhaps the sours blend together, and we've got a fair bit of that. We could have went in a different direction, but who are we to argue?
Yeah.
Blasters, Soothers, Patch Kids,
sours,
Dinosaurs. There's a lot of, you're right. A lot of
it's the sour versus sweet for sure.
A lot of people also would say, well, Nibs and Twizzlers is very same. Do we need 2?
True.
Like the
if
long.
You did a taste test again, though. I think you'd find
they're not the same, but they're
cherry strawberry.
That's right. Nibs are the cherry, and the Twizzlers.
For you weak people that don't have a palate. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patrick's really enjoying the segment. Not to be a party pooper, but how long is this candy bracket segment going? Well, you are being a party pooper, and you can turn this off anytime.
We're going to add 2 minutes now, Patrick.
You can turn it, and you know what you've done? You've just drawn it out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So yeah, if you were hoping to hear the Pinder report and what was going on the out-of-town scoreboard, another 5-10 minutes probably, because I'm really getting warmed up now. Now I'm really getting warmed up. Marilyn says, I'm with Pinder on watermelon candies. Bleh.
Something about him, it reminds me of vomit. Maybe I had a bad night with him, or maybe it's just that something with that scent is a little off.
Ken says green apple is best sour and sweet. I feel like that's a rare take.
It's a bold statement.
It's very bold. Yeah. What else are people are liking the fuzzy peaches? Man. And I think some people are questioning, how were Coke bottles in this? We were as surprised as anybody. We were stunned. To the point we started to kind of, are people just trying to ruin the bracket? Is that what's happening? I'll be honest. I was out buying this stuff the other day, and there was somebody I had kind of looking around. I'm like, I'm just going to lurk in the weeds.
Social. You did a social
experiment.
Experiment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You followed a lady. That's interesting.
So I'm following this lady from store to store.
And she went into La Senza, which is
yeah.
She came out of La Senza, and I said I should follow her.
So B cup, interesting. I'm gonna see. So what do you? What's she gonna take? Shit, you not. Cola bottles. Well, there it is.
It wasn't a fluke. It was a Cinderella run.
Big soda.
It provides.
Big soda's got influence.
Big soda. Notice we went with cola. We didn't want any controversy. We didn't want this thing to get taken down by some copyright infringement. Tara wants to know, how are Twizzlers even on here? Straight trash. Here's my take, and I don't want to give anything away, but I think if you were to walk into, let's say, a movie theater, you're going to hear that crinkling. You're going to hear it.
You're 100%.
What other thing in the bracket could you get at the Dome?
Jack is buying Twizzlers every time he gets popcorn. Probably like he's getting it delivered.
Yeah. I hate Twizzlers, Rhett.
I've heard of some people they'll cut them or chop them up into bits and throw them into the popcorn so they can have some salt with the sweet. Interesting. Speaking of theater, Big Brain J, Mike and Ike are my theater candy.
They come in a box.
Shush. Tara, look at high chews are so good.
People like the high chews.
Okay.
High chews, I'll say that.
Okay. Twizzlers lack the range in their lineup that Skittles has, but they are time-tested, durable, and reliable. Sneaky 12 seed, says Danny. That's the best part. I mean, the candies are great, but man, when these upsets start to happen and then things roll, look out. Skittles all the way. Twizzlers got screwed in the bracket. Waste of 8 days for Twizzlers. It might be. It might
be tough this year.
Yeah.
Skittles has that early dark horse form. You don't want to play.
Swedish Berries and Cherry Blasters, two very similar rosters, not a lot of separation. There again, if you were to taste one and then the other, you'd realize
they're both red, but after that, Danny, I don't know.
Yeah. Do it today, Danny. Danny, do it today. Go get yourself some Swedish Berries, Cherry Blasters. Report here tomorrow. That's your homework. This tournament should be sponsored by Outdoor Dental, actually. Probably not a bad idea. Yeah, probably not a bad. But you know what it is? It is sponsored by Handsome Dan's Vacation Rentals and our buddies at Crystal Waters. Handsome Dan's Vacation Rentals. Visit them online, handsomedans.ca. What you're going to find are different cottage options available for rent. Now, what the thing is, you don't have to pay a third-party platform markup like you will on some of these other, I don't need to S-talk anybody. You can save up to 15% going direct with Handsome Dan. Great vacation spots on Vancouver Island, Canadian-owned, Port Renfrew, Mount Washington, Kemp Lake, fishing from your private dock, lakefront, with a private hot tub, epic skiing, snowboarding, 2-minute drive from the chairs for some skiing, Port Renfrew, world-class hiking, ocean fishing, take a stand-up paddleboard or a rowboat on the day, or out for the day on the San Juan River or legendary Fairy Lake, kick back with your feet in the sand. Ooh, I like the sounds of that, Handsome Dan. And look at the photo that it is a handsome-looking gent right there.
Yeah, he's a bit of a braggart, but yeah.
Look at him. Smiling. Handsome Dan. HandsomeDans.ca. And, of course, Crystal Waters, plumbing and heating, your crystal clear choice. For home comfort, call 403-219-4100. Check them out at crystalclearcalgary.com. Now, Jack, I am going to defer to you, putting you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah.
The voting is open on the 2 play-in series.
Yes.
Airheads versus Airheads, Dinosaurs, and Blue. There it is. Airheads versus Dinosaurs and the Blue Whales versus the high choose.
Good
I feel for
matchup.
Tara. She said she loves them. They got a win to be in this thing. So the voting is open. Where can people go to vote?
Okay. We'll make this very simple and easy to follow. I'm going to put a link in the chat right now. And for people that are listening later, it'll be in the description. It will be all over our social media as well. And hopefully on the Flames Nation website if we ever figure that out.
Yeah, we'll get it onto the Flames Nation website here, hopefully today. Other than that, you'll see it on our social media, and it's in the description in the YouTube once we're done, and it's in the chat. So
I just put it in the chat, and I'm going to show you what happens when you click on it. So
all right.
On the link, it'll bring you to this, and you will click Start Voting.
Don't vote. Right. I don't want you rigging anything.
I'm going to vote.
Which one? Well, this will be good. So,
wow, a lot of
this will be a look inside for blue whales or blue whales.
And I'm going to take the dinosaurs.
Oh, boom. Yes.
There it is.
Boys.
Simple enough. So that'll be people that are listening later. Link in the description. Also, all over our social media. I believe it's already been posted.
Nice.
This is nerve-wracking.
Oh, isn't it?
Oh, it's tense. You could be done before it even starts, or the Cinderella dream could just be born.
Get your jersey on, and your team's eliminated immediately.
So how long are we going to go with the play-in round? Is it tomorrow, or are we going to?
This will be done at 11 a.m. tomorrow, and then we'll have the full bracket hopefully by the end of the show for tomorrow.
Yeah,
and we'll start that Thursday, I think.
Get in. Don't waste time.
Let's go.
There might be an election coming, but we don't give a shit about that.
No,
this is the real
Candy bracket. Get your votes in. They matter, people. The votes matter. Rock the vote.
Rock the vote. Rock the vote, indeed.
Time
for the Pinder Report. It's a presentation of Village Honda. The $1 million buy-in event is back. They want your pre-owned vehicle, even if you don't buy theirs. They want yours. If you're looking to sell, you've got a lease to return, planning to trade a vehicle in somewhere else. Well, let Village Honda appraise your vehicle first. Complimentary appraisals, payment within 24 hours, competitive trade, buy-in values, and best of all, it's easy and stress-free. VillageHonda.com. Go and get it started. The appraisal process can be done online. Get it started now at villagehonda.com. It's time for the Pinder.
Back to me, Dean. FlamesNation.ca. Let's head there, see what's going on. Hunter Lang, former Abbotsford captain Quentin Lang's son, Sasky, named the WHL's Player of the Week.
Attaboy.
Also, a look back at Tony Amonte. And if you go into the latest there's an article that will catch your attention. Let's go full screen on it. Because Ryan Pike is a writer. What do writers do, Rhett?
Writers write, Ryan.
They sure write a lot. Flames netminder Dustin Wolf may be the NHL's most valuable rookie. Building the case for not just a Calder, but maybe even some other awards. All right. Hold on to your hats, friends, because we're going to make some controversial statements. Buckle up.
He'll be a shoo-in for that most valuable rookie award.
That's right. Whatever that is.
MVR.
Yeah. Maver. Western standings look as such. Not a ton of teams in action yesterday. Utah did pick up a loser point against Toronto at home. So they're now 3 back of the Flames. But again, their games played not helpful. They played one more than Calgary. Vancouver in town tomorrow. It is a game of the year to this point, friends. 1 point apart. Winners in the playoffs. Loser on the outside looking in. It's a big one at the Dome tomorrow night. Man. And as you can see above, Minnesota's fallen into a wild card, which means Colorado has indeed passed them. And the Stars Avalanche collision course we've been waiting for feels inevitable.
I'm watching these votes come in. This is really exciting.
Oh, wow.
Jack, stay focused.
Sorry, Jack. We really should have done this first. God damn it. How are we supposed to focus? Eastern Conference, real quick. Ottawa, huge win last night, a 4-pointer over Detroit. Detroit won that in regulation. They'd be 1 point back of Ottawa. Instead, the Sens tightened their grip on the first wild card. Columbus is rolling. They're in action tonight. They've won 5 of 7, facing New Jersey, who's dropped 3 of 4. Rangers still hanging around. Montreal, we'll see. Allowed 1 goal and lost on Saturday. Not ideal, but they get Vancouver tonight. The Canucks have a back-to-back, friends. in Vancouver tonight against Montreal, tomorrow here against Calgary. That will loom large tomorrow night. Let's keep moving. You like Superman punches? You like schedules? Let's go schedules first. There's the Flames. Nice little break since that Saturday 1-0 win. Avs on Friday feels ominous, and that road trip ain't easy either. Leafs added at the deadline. Rangers have added. Devils are limping. Islanders sold. Okay. Which one is it? The wine gums? Don't do this to me. Is it the wine gums, jerk?
Doing the wine gums, right?
Okay. Am I on?
Try the purple one.
I thought it was the Pinder Report.
Dark purple and red. This is the best two. No, save those for later.
They do
Just
smell.
drink stuff at the beginning.
They do smell boozy.
Yes.
No wonder you like these things.
I suppose at his point there, I didn't see. Toronto, Utah. Red, this is crazy. You want to fight? Yeah, I want to fight. Kesselring. Benoit. What flavor are you doing, Dean? Need to know what flavor you're on.
He's got the purple one, the black one.
Oh, I've moved on. It's long gone. I don't even know. What's the yellow?
Yellow
Sherry?
is Chardonnay.
Yeah, sherry.
Maybe a few Chardonnays, officer. Let's go to Nathan McKinnon making history. We thought, you see, now you're thinking, well, how are these not in the bracket?
No, they are boozy. Are we giving these to our kids?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
McKinnon in the slot, 1 point away from 1,000. First period. What's the deal with you and Nate?
I just think he's
kind of a fake excitement there.
He's an intense dude. I don't know that I'd call him corny. You think he's corny?
Yeah, he's a little too much for me.
Like, to me, PK Subban is corny. Kind of nitpicking here. That one would be called back, which takes the wind out of the sails big time. Later in the third, he'd get it. Let's see the 1,000. Are you going to whiteboard this?
Well, I don't need to because it's about McKinnon.
Bedard had a tough night. We'll get to some other things, but more Nate. It is 1,000 points. That's a lot. Joins an exclusive place in history. I believe he's the 100th player to get to 1,000 points. Impressive. Attaboy, Nate. What else we got? We got lots of graphics for you. Oh, hey, look at that. His signature. Thanks, Bud Light.
Hey, Nate, you want to go out and see a movie or go have some wings? No, I'm just going to stay home and do some squats. All right.
Yeah, I'm actually just cutting broccoli right now and making smoothies, and then I go back to the gym. I'm supersetting.
He strikes me as that guy, right?
He's a super intense dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually have some interesting.
Why have fun when we could have some no fun?
That's right. There he is with 1,000. That's as big as a smile gets. And he's like, please get this camera off me. Let's go back to the one that show the number of games compared to other active players, the NHL PR one, because that's interesting. 1,000's a ton, but 856 games, impressive. Fourth fastest active player. Only McDavid, Sid, and Malkin took fewer games. Good company. And that kind of is this company most years for the MVP, isn't it? McDavid and Crosby and I suppose Draisaitl. Oh no,
659 games for McDavid. Jesus.
Yeah, and like Wayne, I think Wayne's second 1,000 took fewer games than that. It's crazy. What are we doing here? We said a tough night for Connor Bedard. Here's a shift that probably summed up the whole year. You're going to be great. Don't worry about it. Keep working. Head up.
I'm not sure Red agrees.
I know.
I think he will be. I mean, I never said it. I've never seen him play live, but the DUG had the insight a couple years ago before he got drafted.
That's right. And what was that insight?
I can't recall, but it wasn't glowing reviews. It doesn't work.
I think he said he wasn't as good as McDavid. Is that what he kind of said?
I think something like that.
Yeah.
I'd probably just retire if I heard that. Oh, not as good as McDavid. Well, maybe I'm an accountant. Go to school. Pick up a trade. Another tough night here. Spencer Knight. He's in net for Chicago. You good there, Spencer? Why not? Hey,
you got a dart in your neck.
You did have a dart in there. News today. This from this morning. It's the Bruins and the Panthers tonight, which would have been good if Brad Marchand was on the. Oh my God, Brad Marchand is on the ice. Boys, we officially have a game of the night. Marchand immediately playing his old team. Yes.
In Boston.
Yes. I thought he was like, oh, he might not be done for the regular season.
He was
That
faking.
is awesome. This happened between the Islanders and is it Seattle? I'm trying to see here because the refs, man, they're just Red talks about it. You know, Glenn Lake, we got him in our pockets. If you're not paying, tough to be playing.
I don't know, though, anything I've seen on the video that proves that definitively.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a hundo.
His pads are behind
that's a hundo.
So he's so
no goal.
If you're not trying,
yes, it's America.
It's American too. Yeah,
I'm not trying to cheat and bend the rules a little. You're really trying? Come on now. Let's go to the Ovechkin chase back in action tonight. Ovi is where? Ovi is in Disneyland. Yeah, Anaheim there. 9 away.
9.
Jeez. Other games tonight. Let's all pick one. I already nabbed the Bruins and the Panthers, boys. Some other gems in there. Tampa Bay, Carolina. A couple heavies there. You get Columbus, New Jersey. A Columbus win there. They could start looking at a top 3 spot in the Metro. Other good ones tonight. Vancouver, Montreal, certainly lots of implications out here. Colorado, Minnesota, Central Division battle. Lots of good ones.
Flame, yeah, I would dial in on that Blue Jackets. Anybody versus New Jersey.
Yes.
Let's get some big L's for New Jersey here.
That would be helpful, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
That Rangers Jets has a
I don't mind
the
that at all.
big city comes to the small. Let's see what this let's go.
That bottom one can just be eliminated.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, we can backspace that one, Jack. If you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Just tell Gary we're not playing it. It was a tie. Yeah. Move along. NFL quarterbacks, new homes for a lot of big name players. Let's take a look at the first day of free agency. Sam Darnold to the Seahawks, $100 million for 3 years. Good work if you can get it. Justin Fields lost his job after what, a 4-1 mark? 4-2?
Yeah.
Jets don't care. They'll give him $40 million. Danny Dimes going to the Colts. He and Anthony Richardson, the 2 least accurate passers in the NFL over the last few years. What a battle.
Still 14.
Yeah.
14.
I was going to say, they've got Richardson, who is electrifying. Can we find some other old, washed-up quarterback to actually play quarterback for us?
I worked for Flacco behind him last week.
know.
Right? You need someone pushing him.
Yeah.
Jimmy, film enthusiast Garoppolo. He's with the Rams. $4 million. I thought.
How could there's names no one knows and they're getting
Milf Hunter Zach Wilson, 6 years to the Dolphins. The Pastronaut to the Patriots, 2 years, $8 million. Stidham to the Broncos, gross. Nick Mullins, gross. Still out there, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Mac Jones, Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, Joe Flacco, and the list goes on. Jack, who do you want for the Steelers?
Ryan, it doesn't matter.
The illusion of free.
There it is.
I found this yesterday and thought immediately of Jack and smiled and laughed and chortled. They're just a 9-8 team.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Pick your ancient fossil quarterback and move along to your wild card elimination game. And then don't pick high enough to draft a quarterback and we'll do it all again in a year, Jack.
Oh, boy.
I'm hoping it's Rodgers because it might get some extra, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night play, which means more primetime Jackometer viewings for us. So
I'm hoping it's Rodgers. It sounds like it's going to be Rodgers, by the way.
Primetime Jack.
Where's Wilson going to go? The Giants?
Oh,
God.
Gross. Really gross. Rhett, you've signed some weird things, being a celebrity and a famous athlete. Look at his face. He's about to sneeze. You ever signed a milk carton?
Tell us what you're doing today.
I'm going to meet Rick Sealing, who used to play for the Buffalo Sabres.
What are you going to have him sign?
It's a milk carton from 1982.
Boomer, listen to the enthusiasm.
First thing I did when I got it.
What do you think his reaction's going to be?
Disgust, maybe.
Good luck.
Or if I can get my milk carton.
Oh, I gotta have a picture of that. Hold that right there. I tell people I've been on a milk carton, they don't believe me. That I will sign, definitely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
There you go. You got to see this. You ever been on a milk carton before? I tell people I've been on a milk carton.
How long have you been missing?
Yeah, I've been missing for a long time.
One man said, "That's an excellent piece."
He was so delighted, William.
That's why I do the things I do.
To delight people.
To spread joy.
You really do spread a lot of joy. I'm not joking.
All right, let's go.
William, he's electrifying.
William Boomer.
Get him on.
Can we get William? Yeah, can we get William on the show?
That's your boy.
Can we go?
Let's get it going.
Yeah, all right. Let's go.
No, Will, you've made a positive. All right, let's go.
Okay.
We love Australians. We saw the American pizza toss from the pizzeria across to the window washers, construction guys. Now we have the Australians. You can tell it's hot. Tarps are off. They're trying to hit the construction worker with a beer.
Ready? Get him on.
Look at the hair here.
Ready?
Oh, look at that.
No way. Come on.
Lefty.
He's catching it. Yeah. That's great.
That's impressive.
Them hardworking Aussies. Wow.
They are. They like their beer. They like their hard work. That guy played cricket for sure. Speaking of cricket, have you ever been to a cricket grounds? They're huge.
No, but my kid had a bat in his hand the other day. He's ready to go.
There you go. It's big, a huge oval. It feels almost like a running track, but it's kind of the shape of an egg. And cricket takes forever. Some of these test matches take days. So really cricket is convincing people walking up the stairs towards your seat to drink all their beers before they have to sit down. Let's go to Australia.
That didn't make it.
Oh, damn.
Always the best explanations for them.
We're on the gap.
Not
perfect pump.
The Pinder Report, a presentation of Village Honda. $1 million buy-in event is back. If you're thinking about trading in your vehicle, if you have a vehicle that you're thinking maybe it's time to move on, why don't you see? Maybe Village Honda wants to buy it from you. Go online. The appraisal process can be done. At least you get it started online at villagehonda.com. Your dealership for life.
I mean, that's something that's going to make you happy. We'll have to save that till tomorrow.
Hey, we got
every day.
Quality over quantity. You don't need to barrel through all of them. It's all good. It was good. The beer throw was good. Beer throw was good.
How are the wine gums?
They're okay.
Favorite flavor?
I don't know that they taste any different.
Oh.
They're all just they all have that kind of distinct wine gummy taste to them.
Right.
I'll continue to
about his palate.
HNA Hockey. Hockey North America, Calgary's best run adult recreational hockey league since 1988. Summer hockey team sign up is now open. Look at that QR code.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, if you're watching on the YouTube. Mention Barn Burner when signing up and get $100 off your team registration. They've got a women's division. There's a co-ed division, men's divisions, 14 plus games for the summer, great ice times, great arenas. Hockey for Beginners program sign up is now on. 21 ice times for the Hockey for Beginners. They've got tournament play. For more information, go to hna.com or QR code on the screen. Beep boop. Did it work? Did you try to give it?
I love QR codes. So
easy.
Smart.
I was unsure. Remember, because with oddly enough, COVID, with the whole thing, it was like, oh, you can't get the. Oh, it does work. Look at that. It took me right there. Bang. Register for HNA Summer 2025.
Careful, Dean.
Barn burner. We'll see. I'm sure it'll work. I want that $100 off.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I want $100 off. Jack, how's the voting? Are you still enthralled?
Yeah, I think
I haven't looked at him. Let me look.
That's how we lost the cricket clip. I think he was just so enthralled with the bracket.
I think he finally made an executive and
Yeah,
kiboshed, which we appreciate, Jack.
One of the matchups is very close, and one of them is a massive blowout.
Oh wow. Okay.
No, we can't. No, we can't lead the witnesses. We can't do this.
No, I'm just wondering which one. I'm just
can't
because we had the Airheads versus Dinosaurs and Blue Whales versus
the High Chew.
The High Chew. Man, I don't know which one it would be. That's the joy of the candy bracket.
That's why you never know till you know.
Man. Service Credit Union, the Big Share contest is back. It's in full swing. Your chance to win $1 million just by saving money. All you need to do is become a member at Service Credit Union. And then every $500 saved gives you 5 entries into that Big Share contest. The contest ends April 30th, 2025. Skill test required. For rules, visit service.ca/win. Set your paycheck up for automatic deposit. Bonus entries. You can double your entries when you invest in a registered account like a TFSA or RRSP. You know what it does? Makes saving money. It's fun.
Yeah.
How many different ways can I do this? I want to double down on this. I'm going to crush this.
Quadruple down. Quintuple.
And you may get $1 million. Once again, for rules, details, all of the everything you need to know. Service SERVUS.ca/win. Doesn't sound like it. Oh, it's April 30th. Lots of time. It's coming.
Get her done. I do that a lot, Dean, where I've got lots of time.
Just put it off.
Yeah. Then guess what happens?
What happens? Yeah. What?
You have 0 time and you're
I see.
You're
panicked.
Yeah.
It's weird because you hear 2 different schools of thought. Oh, if when you have time, use it. And then also like, don't be a procrastinator. Get it done.
Yeah.
How do I know which one?
How do you know?
I have to wait this out.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you know?
Well, it's been a great day. I'm off.
See ya.
Bets of the day. Bet 365.
Let's hear.
I've got a very jinxy, huge thing here that you may or may not like.
Oh, Ryan. I know exactly what it's going to be. When you set it up that way, we're going to want to. Yeah. Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime is a barn burner. Every face-off, hat trick, power play, shot on goal, penalty shot, every suspenseful minute in between is amazing. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, official partner of the NHL. Download the Bet365 app today and use the promo code NATION to get in on the game. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly.
All right. At plus 190, I can't ignore this anymore. If it's a coin toss, I don't know that I'm making this bet, but at plus 190, you're telling me there's not a good chance it's happening. I keep looking at the standings a week later, and they keep being in a playoff spot. Tomorrow's game is huge. We'll have all tomorrow to tackle it, but the Calgary Flames to make the playoffs is plus 190. I'm not ignoring that any longer. Also, love the Blue Jackets tonight. They're playing great. Pumped the Rangers the other day. Fantilli's been unreal with Marchenko and Voronkov. That line's buzzing. They're feeling good. They're in New Jersey against the Limping Devils, who've lost 3 of 4. Blue Jackets have won 5 of 7, plus 135. I like the road dogs.
I thought you were going another way. I thought it was going to be some Vancouver Canuck thing or some Oiler thing when you're talking about jinx. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that.
If I jinx them into a top 10 pick, I'll live with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is the candy bracket on Bet365? Did you look around if
because they got a wide range of markets.
A wide range. I mean, it's the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
I'll let you take a look.
There's so many different things I don't even know. Like,
Yeah.
is this dog racing? Is this horses? Or is this pretzel cutting in Germany? What are we doing here?
Might be the candy bracket. There you go. Promo code NATION to get signed up if you haven't already. Appreciate you, buddies. What a day. I mean, what a day. Man. See you, buddies.
One sec. Before we go, I just want to say, coming up on the sheet, Paul Bizinet at 3:30 and Eric Tulsky at 4.
Tulsky
and the Carolina GM. We'll see if he says something slanderous or about his owner.
So Biz
and
at Tulsky.
And Tulsky
That's both ends of the spectrum there,
Eastern.
friends. Wow.
At what time?
Eastern. 4 Eastern and 3:30 Eastern.
All right.
2 and 1:30.
And where do we get it?
Daily Face-Off YouTubes.
Sweet.
Awesome, Jacko.
See you, buddies.